right, Vessels, welcome back to Tony Talks VestedUp TTVU. And it's December 26th, and I got some good news. So everybody, you know that we're heading into the game week 17, week 16, week 17, however they got it numbered. And if you don't have your notes, your drink, and your vest, I suggest you go ahead and get it now because, hey, this is going to be a good one. We're still sending prayers up to Junkins because of his injury that he sustained last week. And I heard it's going to take 4 to 5 months to recover. So speedy recovery to you, Junkins. But for this game here, I think everybody missed out on this Jedi freight train that we saw after Junkins got hurt. And his name is Trevion Williams, number 38. I had the numbers reversed a couple days ago, not 83, but he's number 38. And he was moving through that crowd on that field, and I didn't even know where he came from. He was moving with that big body. He was magnificent. He reminded me of Bo Jackson, LaDainian Thompson. I'm trying to tell you, he from that old school running backs. Who he's going to throw that ball to in the short field. That's when we're probably going to see the dynamic play and skills from running back Trevion Williams. He was moving across that field. If you don't remember, let me go ahead and show you some highlights from last week against the Buffalo Bills. We definitely have somebody that can get that ball down that field because he was moving through that field.
Sanders, the loader. Williams turns it up to that field, and a big gain as he rolls to the 40. Cole Bishop got him down. Pick the hand off. Sanders, the loader.
And if you didn't know, that's what we needed going up in the middle of that field and going towards that sideline. We need a big body going to go ahead and knock off big bodies and get down that field. We heard the announcer say the longest yard was 26 yards. If we could get that same dynamic play and the intensity coming this week here, the Cleveland Browns will be the Grinch that stole the Pittsburgh Steelers crust, that stole the Pittsburgh Steelers hard for week 17 of the NFL. If we could get that same intensity from Williams this week to get an average of 10 to 12 to 26 yards, I would even get just to get down that field from Williams. Woo! I think we're going to steal that game from the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to steal that game at home field, the last home game. Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns would definitely be the Grinch that stole the Steelers Christmas for 2025. And the Grinch that stole the Pittsburgh Steelers Christmas for this year. And guess what? Someone else agrees with me. If we could get that running game this week, no, the O-line has to do its job. Big baby Cam Robinson, number 68, on the left-hand side, on the blind side. Just do your job this week, and we could get this win. That's if you want to get this win. We can actually steal this game because if we can get this game from the Pittsburgh Steelers, we can have the momentum. Next week going against the Bengals, and we can go ahead and snatch out their heart too. Let me go ahead and bring Tyvus and G. Bush to the stage. They'll go ahead and support my argument for everything I just said. Come on, Tyvus and G. Bush, exactly how you feel about this week.
Getting the ball out of his hand. So much about him holding the ball. Yeah. He getting into Harold Fanning real quick on some of the play actions and all those things. It's going to be interesting because where's the run game going to be? You know, that has always been a young quarterback's best friend is the run game. If that run game, Rocket Sanders and Williams can find a way to be effective in that run game, it takes pressure off Shedeur. But if it comes into a thing where the run game isn't giving you anything and now we're strictly on the arm of Shedeur Sanders, then I think he's going to try to play the hero ball where he's going to try to do the scrambling around to try to get something over because in his mind, he feels he has to be the one that makes the play. So hopefully that run game can give him some helping hands and he don't have to try to put a cape on to try to do something magical because I think when he does that, he finds himself in trouble.
Yeah, I think getting the ball out of his hands and figuring out what you want to do in the run game, it wasn't pretty, but they did a serviceable job of moving the sticks and making sure that they can get first downs. So I think it's about first downs, keeping the team on defense, and making sure that you can move the chains. I'm excited to see what he can do against a Pittsburgh team.
Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns can establish that run. and use Williams the same way. Same Williams we saw in that highlighted film from last week. Put the Pittsburgh Steelers on their heels. And we could come out with this win. And we already know what they doing to Shedeur Sanders in his best moments, but we already know they go find a fault. But if we can go ahead and get this win, it won't be for the Cleveland media that's always tearing him down. It's going to be for Shedeur Sanders and his resume. If he stays with Cleveland next year, or if he gets traded to another team. That win, along with the stats that he will put up with Williams and that O-line, if the O-line is doing their job, that's going to help him. It'll be his win, the team's win, if they're able to pull it off.
Then until then, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your best. Because we vested up in 2025. Vesters did not tell y'all was coming. Vesters. So Vesters, until this game on Sunday, make sure you enjoy your holidays, enjoy your time off. Be safe out here in this world, because we already know that this world is crazy. But continue to be blessed, stay positive, and I will definitely see you here Sunday. But I really think Shedeur Sanders is going to put on that Grinch hat. Oh, and he's going to be so naughty to the Steelers. But this Sunday's game, because we only got 2 more. And after that, whatever happens after this regular season, that's out of Shedeur Sanders' hand. But as long as he's QB1 for this game and the last game against the Bengals, I know Shedeur Sanders is gonna continue to prove his haters and doubters wrong. And he's gonna continue to win, and win big. Either with the team or without the team. Because he's Shedeur Sanders. And he's in our prayers. Mr. Williams, if you've been waiting for your time to show the NFL and the world what you can do, this is your moment. Definitely for this upcoming game. And the way that you was moving across that field, I definitely think you can pull this off, Mr. Williams. I'm already calling you Mr. Williams because I like what I saw on that field. That big body was coming through the field, and he was jumping over and leaping over all them players, and he was getting down that field. And that's all we need. All we need is hope and somebody that's going to work with Shedeur Sanders just like he did last week. Because as you see, Bannon is questionable. Njoku is out. Sampson is out, and Junkins is seriously hurt. We need somewhere else to circle with Shedeur Sanders to go ahead and get this win. All right, Dustin, I'll see you later.